On the first day, Veylari's child cried in front of the display case. She was 7 years old. Her name was Zara. Her mother was surprised. "Why are you crying?" Zara pointed to the teddy bear. He's lonely." Her mother looked at me. I looked at the teddy bear. Brown. Worn out. One eye missing. He'd been in that display case for 312 years. All alone. "It's a toy," her mother said. "It's not alive." "But someone loved it," said Zara. She read the note underneath it. Slowly. "I love you, Teddy." Her eyes filled with tears. Who loves it now? That day I understood, this museum wasn't dead artifacts. They were living memories. And I, as the last human curator, had to keep them alive. My name is Dr. Chen. I'm 48 years old. I work at the Galactic Anthropology Museum. The year is 2401. This museum hosts visitors from 47 different species. But I am the last human curator. From the last generation born on Earth. I was born in Boston in 2081. It was a normal childhood. Until I was 8. Then everything changed. May 21, 2089. Asteroid impact. Earth evacuated. Emergency evacuation. Chaos. Mom grabbed my hand. Pulled me. "Come quickly, Liam." "But Mr. Brown, we don't have time." Mr. Brown was my stuffed toy. He'd been with me since I was 4. Brown. One-eyed. He stayed in my room that day. I never saw him again. 312 years have passed. I still see him in my dreams. Maybe that's why I chose this job. To protect the things I lost. Every morning I check window 247. Teddy is in it. Emma Rodriguez's teddy bear. 312 years old. Worn out. One eye missing. Right arm patched. A small note underneath, "I love you, Teddy." Emma, age 6. Emma also disappeared that day. May 21, 2089. The same day. The same disaster. Teddy stayed. Emma left. For 312 years, no one had cried for Teddy. Until Zara. That day, Zara and her mother left the museum. But Zara looked back. At Teddy. Her eyes were still teary. "Can I come back tomorrow?" she asked. Her mother was surprised. "Why?" "To see Teddy." Her mother looked at me. She found it meaningless. But I understood. Zara had seen Emma. In Teddy. That night I sat in my office. Zara's words were on my mind. Who loves him now? The right question. No one had asked it in 312 years. I went to the archive. Archive 7. Human Files, Section R. Rodriguez, Emma. File hashtag 2089-5421. The photos opened. Emma. 6 years old. Brown hair. Big brown eyes. Teddy in her arms in every photo. Smiling. Happy. I read the daily logs. Digital copies. 2089, March 14. Today I put new eyes on Teddy. Mom asked, "Why?" I said, "Because Teddy was sad." Mom laughed. "He's just a toy." But I know. Teddy is real. To me, 2089, April 3, bad day at school. Sarah said mean things to me. I cried. But when I got home, Teddy was waiting. I hugged him. He never judges me. He's my best friend. 2089, May 21, fire is falling from the sky. Mom is very scared. She's screaming. "Hurry, Emma." But they forgot Teddy. I went back. I took him. Teddy will come with me. Wherever we go. Because I love him. Last entry. Emma is gone. With her family. In the evacuation ship crash. But Teddy. Teddy made it to the museum. No one knows how. Maybe a staff member found him. Maybe someone else. But Teddy survived. Just like Emma wanted. I looked at the photos. At Emma's smile. At her hugging Teddy. My tears fell. For the first time in 40 years. I was crying for a child. A child I didn't know. But I knew. Emma was me. She had tried to save Mr. Brown too. Just like me. The next day, Zara came. After school. Straight to window 247. She stood in front of it. She looked silently. For 15 minutes. She didn't move. She just looked. I went over to her. "Hello, Zara." "Hello, Dr. Chen." Her voice was serious. She was mature. I found Emma, I said. She turned her head. Her eyes widened. Really? Yes. In the archives. There are photos. Her diaries, what do they say? I swallowed. That she loved Teddy very much. That she played with him every day. That she felt safe when she hugged him. Zara's eyes filled with tears. Where is she now? Emma, yes. She disappeared. 312 years ago. During the evacuation. Silence. A long silence. But she saved Teddy, said Zara. Yes. How did you know? Because Teddy is here. Emma wouldn't have left him, it was true. Emma had saved Teddy. Until the very end. She was very brave, said Zara. Yes. And she loved Teddy very much, yes. Now Teddy is alone, yes. Zara touched the display case. She placed her hand on the glass. He must be sad. My throat tightened. Maybe. Can I see him? Every day, of course. Zara smiled. For the first time. Thank you. From that day on, Zara came every day. After school. 3:30 p.m. Without fail. She went to window 247. Sat down. Looked. Sometimes spoke. Quietly. To Teddy. Hello Teddy. I'm Zara. I found Emma. She loved you very much. Don't worry. You're not alone anymore. I watched. From a distance. Every day. Zara talking to Teddy. Her tears. Her smiles. She was forming a bond. 312 years later. Someone was forming a bond with Teddy. On the 5th day, Zara came differently. She had something in her hand. She approached window 247. She took out a drawing. Paper. Colored pencils. She had drawn from Emma's photo. Emma and Teddy. Side by side. Smiling. She held the drawing up to the window. Look, Teddy. This is Emma. Do you remember her? I couldn't speak. My throat was tight. She loved you very much. And I love you too. A 7-year-old child. She loved Teddy. 312 years later. Someone loved Teddy. I couldn't go home that night. I stayed at my office. I opened Emma's file again. Her photos. Her diaries. Her love for Teddy. Then I thought about my own past. Mr. Brown. The stuffed bear I lost when I was 8. I still remember him. Brown fur. One eye. Missing his right ear. When I hugged him, I felt safe. Just like Emma. Just like Zara. Maybe toys weren't just toys. Maybe they were the tangible form of love. Maybe Emma lived on in Teddy. Maybe Mr. Brown was still with me. On the 10th day, Zara came looking serious. Her mother was gone. She was alone. She found me. In my office. Chen. I have a question. Yes, Zara. She took a deep breath. Teddy, can I love him? I paused. What do you mean? Emma loved him. But Emma is gone now. It's been 312 years, her eyes were filling up. Teddy is still here. Alone. No one loves him. Zara, can I love him? Please. I swallowed. He's a museum artifact. There are rules. He can't be touched, but Emma touched him. Emma was his owner, now he's nobody's. No one has touched him in 312 years. No one has hugged him, there was pain in her voice. Real pain. Are the rules more important than Teddy not being alone? A 7-year-old child. She had asked me the hardest question of my life. I had no answer. Because she was right. The rules protected Teddy. But Teddy was already dead. Loveless. Untouched. Just an object. Let me think, I said. Zara shook her head. She left. But the hope in her eyes was gone. I didn't sleep that night. I thought about Zara's question. Emma's last words. Teddy will come with me. Because I love him. Teddy came. But Emma was gone. Love remained. In Teddy. In the note. In the memories. But no one touched it. For 312 years. I made a decision. At dawn. A dangerous decision. But the right one. I wrote a report to Director Vallon. Title, Interactive Humanity Program Proposal. Content, museum artifacts are dead objects if only displayed. But if touched, if felt, they live. Humanity is touching. It is feeling. It is loving. Teddy is a teddy bear. But he carries Emma's love. This love must live. My proposal, a pilot program. Selected artifacts. Controlled touch. First participant, Zara. Goal, to keep humanity alive. Not just display. I sent the morning report. Director Valen replied 3 days later. Come to my office. The office was cold. Metallic. Emotionless. Director Valen was 600 years old. Veylari. Blue skin. Silver eyes. Very logical. Not very emotional. Chen. I read your report. Yes, interesting. Thank you, but impossible. I paused. Why? The rules. Artifacts are untouchable. 500-year policy, but policy doesn't change. I leaned forward. Director Valen. May I ask a question? Ask. What is this museum for? He was surprised. To protect humanity. What is humanity? Artifacts. Objects. History. No, I stood up. Humanity is love. Connection. Touch. But artifacts are just objects. But love keeps them alive. I took out Emma's photo. I put it on the table. This is Emma Rodriguez. 6 years old. She disappeared in 2089. But her love remains. In Teddy. I showed the photo. Emma is hugging Teddy. She's smiling. Teddy has been in the display case for 312 years. No one touches him. But someone loves him. Zara. 7 years old. A Veylari child, a child, yes. A child. Like Emma. Love isn't about age. Love is in the heart. Director Valen looked at the photo. For a long time. What happens if Zara touches Teddy? He asked. Teddy lives. Love continues. Humanity is preserved. What if it gets damaged? It hasn't been damaged in 300 years. But it hasn't lived either. Silence. A long silence. I'll think about it, said Director Valen. Disappointment. But I waited. 2 weeks later, the answer came. Meeting. Director Valen. Senior management. 7 people. Me. I gave a presentation. 45 minutes. Emma's story. Zara's love. The meaning of humanity. The artifacts living. Pilot program details. Oversight. Security. Data collection. Questions came. Lots of questions. What's the risk? Controlled. Curator oversight, other artifacts. If successful, it expands. Why Teddy? Because Teddy represents love. And someone loves him. The last question came from Director Valen. Chen. A personal question. Why is this so important to you? I paused. Because I lost something too. When I was 8. My toy bear named Mr. Brown. During the evacuation. I've remembered it ever since. Love. Loss. Loneliness. My voice trembled. Teddy is alone. For 312 years. But he shouldn't be alone. Because Emma loved him. And now Zara loves him. That love must live on. My eyes filled with tears. This is humanity. This is love. Please. Silence. 7 people looked. At each other. At me. At Teddy's photo. Director Valen stood up. Vote. 7 people. 4 yes. 2 no. 1 abstention. Approved. Pilot program approved. 3-month trial. Dr. Chen in charge. First artifact, Teddy. First participant, Zara. I cried. At the meeting. At 48 years old. I cried. 3 months of preparation. Protocols established. Safety measures. Display opening procedure. Touch durations. Zara was trained. You will be gentle. You will hold him slowly. Teddy is old. Fragile. I understand. Emma was careful too. How do you know? Because she loved him. Love is gentle. 7 years old. But very smart. The day came. September 15, 2401. We gathered in front of display case 247. Me. Zara. Her mother. Director Valen. 3 security guards. 2 technicians. Media recording devices. A historic moment. My hands were shaking. I activated the display case controls. For the first time. In 312 years. The glass rose slowly. Teddy appeared. Silent. Motionless. Worn. Beautiful. Zara, I said. My voice was trembling. Are you ready? She nodded. Her eyes were shining. Silver eyes. Sparkling. You will treat him gently. Yes, you will not harm him. Never. Teddy is special. Emma's memory, I know. I took a breath. Okay. Come closer. Zara stepped forward. Slowly. She reached the edge of the display case. Teddy was there. 30 centimeters away. 312 years later. Someone was approaching. Zara reached out. Her hands trembled. Her fingers touched Teddy. The first touch. In 312 years. The first human touch. The fur was soft. Worn but soft. Zara held her breath. Then she lifted Teddy. Slowly. With both hands. She pulled him to her chest. She wrapped her arms around him. She hugged him. After 312 years. Someone was hugging Teddy. Zara cried. Loudly. Emotionally. You're not alone anymore. Her voice trembled. You're not alone anymore, Teddy. I found you. I found Emma. And I love you. Her tears soaked Teddy's fur. After 312 years. The first tears. Tears of love. I cried too. I couldn't help it. For Mr. Brown. For Emma. For all the lost children. For all the lost loves. Zara's mother cried. Director Valen wiped his eyes. The security guards turned away. The technicians stopped recording. Everyone was affected. Zara held Teddy for 5 minutes. Silently. She hugged him. She kissed him. She whispered. Emma. Can you hear me? I found Teddy. And I love him. On your behalf. On all of our behalf. At that moment, I felt it. Emma was there. She wasn't visible. But she was there. Somehow. In Zara. In Teddy. In the love. She was smiling. I knew it. Zara put Teddy back. Gently. Inside the display case. The final touch. Slowly. I'll come tomorrow. I promise. The display case closed. The glass descended. But everything had changed. Teddy was no longer alone. Someone loved him. The program was successful. Data was collected. The report was written. Zara's emotional response. Teddy's physical condition. No change. No damage. But there was a change. Invisible but real. Teddy was alive. 3 months later, the program was expanded. 15 more artifacts were added. Toys. Books. Photographs. All personal. All filled with love. Zara became a volunteer guide. She told the children Emma's story. Teddy's journey. The power of love. Emma was 6 years old. She loved Teddy very much. Disaster struck. But Emma saved Teddy. Because love is sacrifice, the children listened. Enchanted. Then they touched Teddy. Gently. With love. Teddy lived. With every touch. With every hug. Emma lived. 6 months later, the museum was given a new name. The Museum of Living Memories. Not just displaying. Keeping alive. Touching. Feeling. I'm still the curator. But now it's different. Now I'm not just preserving. I'm keeping alive. Every morning I check display case 247. Teddy is there. But he's not alone anymore. Every day children come. They touch him. They love him. I still remember Mr. Brown. But now it's not painful. Memory. Because Mr. Brown's love lives on in me. Just as Emma's love lives on in Teddy. Just as Zara's love will live on in the next generation. Love doesn't die. It is passed on. Between generations. Between species. Between times. That is the purpose of this museum. Not to preserve humanity. To keep humanity alive. To keep love alive. Today Zara came. She is now 7.5 years old. She still comes every day. To Teddy. Hello, Dr. Chen. Hello, Zara, I brought something today. She held a small box. She opened it. Inside was a new eye. A toy bear's eye. For Teddy's missing eye. My eyes filled with tears. But Teddy is a historical artifact. We can't change him. Emma sewed it on. Teddy's first eye. Do you remember? She was right. Emma had written it in her diary. Teddy was sad. I sewed on a new eye. Do you want to sew one too? Yes. Like Emma. Because Teddy is still sad. He's missing an eye. I consulted with Director Valen. I got permission. As a special restoration. That day, Zara sewed a new eye onto Teddy. Gently. Carefully. A 7-year-old child. Using a needle and thread. Repairing Teddy. Like Emma. When the job was done, Teddy had 2 eyes. For the first time. In 312 years. Complete. Zara smiled. Now he can see better. What? The people who love him. That night, on my way home, I thought. About Zara. About Emma. About Teddy. About Mr. Brown. About all of us. About our chain of love. Emma loved Teddy. Teddy carried Emma. Zara loved them both. The new generation learned. The chain continued. Maybe that was humanity. Remembering each other. Loving each other. Keeping the losses alive. Preserving the memories. But not just in a display case. In the heart. In the touch. In the tears. That night, I saw Mr. Brown in my dream. But this time, he wasn't sad. He was smiling. Emma was beside him. She was smiling too. Teddy was in her arms. They were both happy. Because their love lived on. Still. Today. Tomorrow. Forever. I woke up. I smiled. For the first time in 40 years. I woke up happy. Because I understood. The things we lose aren't really lost. They live on with love. As long as someone remembers. As long as someone loves. I went to the museum. Early. To display case 247. Teddy was there. 2 eyes. 2 arms. Patched but whole. The same note underneath. I love you, Teddy. Emma, age 6, but now there was a new note beside it. Zara had added it. Director Valen had allowed it. And I love you too. Zara, age 7. 2 children. 312 years apart. The same love. I leaned down. I whispered. Thank you, Emma, for saving Teddy. Thank you, Zara, for loving Teddy. Thank you, Teddy, for teaching us love. My tears fell on the glass. I wiped them away. Because Teddy didn't deserve to cry anymore. He deserved to smile. And he was smiling. I couldn't see it. But I knew. Because love isn't about seeing. It's about feeling. And I was feeling it. Teddy's love. Emma's love. Zara's love. All of it. This place was no longer just a museum. It was a living heart. A beating memory. A breathing love. And I, Dr. Liam Chen, the last human curator, was protecting that love. But now I wasn't just protecting it. I was keeping it alive. Today, tomorrow, forever. Because love never dies. It is unforgettable. It is passed on. From generation to generation. From species to species. From heart to heart. This is Teddy's story. Emma's story. Zara's story. My story. All of our stories. A story of love. And this story never ends. Because as you read it, it lives on. As you feel it, it continues. As you love it, it grows. Now you are part of the chain. Remember. Remember. Love. Because this is humanity. This is us. Forever.